I'm back, and I have been thinking and thinking over and over and over again the same thing. I can't remember a single female character in the Sonic video game universe that isn't wearing a complete attire. But I can clearly think of many male characters naked, like normal animals. After all, most of the characters in the Sonic franchise are anthropomorphic animals, so they don't technically need to wear any clothes. I really needed to understand this better. So for that, I took a look at all the Sonic video games in chronological order so I could finally analyze the reason behind clothing on some characters and not on others. Stress is making my hair fall off, and it's because 98% of you are not subscribed. So if you want me to recover my hair, subscribe! The first Sonic video game ever released was Sonic the Hedgehog in 1991. The only iconic characters in this game were Sonic and Dr. Eggman. Taking a look at Sonic as a character, I could clearly see two things about him that didn't fit a regular hedgehog, and that was the fact that Sonic wore gloves and sneakers. Oh, and also, it's 3 because he's also blue. But the reason as to why Sonic, as well as Dr. Eggman, and mostly every other character in the franchise wears gloves is because back in the old days of animation, it was too hard to draw hands. So, to put less detail into drawing those hands, they just put gloves on them instead. So, from now on, we can assume that the basics of any attire that a character will have is gloves. But what about the shoes? Well, supposedly, Sonic wears shoes because he needs to protect his feet while running. After all, the main thing about Sonic is that he is extremely fast and is always running. But I'm also pretty sure that feet are also difficult to draw. So let's assume that all characters will have gloves and shoes from now on. In Sonic the Hedgehog 2, we meet Tails, Sonic's iconic best friend. He also wears gloves and shoes, just like Sonic. So it seems that this general aesthetic follows what we previously said, that characters will have white gloves and sneakers. But then in Sonic the Hedgehog CD, we get to see the first female character in the franchise, Amy Rose. Amy, unlike Sonic and Tails, appears fully dressed with accessories and all. This is the first hint where I get to see the clear differences in designs between female and male characters, specifically when it comes to clothing. Because the next character we get to meet is Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. He, as all the other anthropomorphic male characters in the game, only wears shoes and gloves. But in his case, Knuckles wears gloves because it's a cultural tradition within his Echidna clan. Specifically, male members wear gloves with spikes. But for some reason, I'm pretty sure that females in the clan will have to be fully dressed, even though the males can be naked.
It doesn't do the way.
But moving on for now, the next game where we get to meet a new character is Knuckles Chaotix. This is a spin-off with Knuckles as the main character, and here we get to meet a few characters that will also be seen throughout the franchise: Espio, Mighty, Vector, and Charmy. All male characters that, no surprise there, they wear the iconic combo of shoes and gloves. But I will give them some credit in here because some of them wear accessories, even though they don't have a full outfit. That's kind of a bit of a change. A change that I must say carries on to the next game, Tails Adventures. It's the first game in the franchise where we see male characters fully dressed. All the enemies have full attires. And you would think like, hey, this is progress. This is a moment where we will start to go from half-naked animals to semi-dressed to fully dressed. But no, you're wrong because in Sonic Adventure, we get two new characters, one male and one female. And guess who's not wearing pants? That's right, the male character, Big the Cat. He only has shoes, gloves, and also some accessories. While Tikal, the new female character from the Echidna clan, is fully dressed. Those traditions in the Echidna clan seem to demand that males be naked, wearing spike gloves, while females need to be fully clothed. It's like one step forward, two steps back with this clothing situation. And I'm not saying that female characters should be naked like the male ones, but why don't they have more male characters with full attires? I mean, I think they would look cool that way as well. But then we just get the same situation in Sonic Adventure 2. We meet two new characters, one female and one male as well. Shadows the Hedgehog and Rouge the Bat. Shadows wears gloves and instead of shoes, he wears skates, which is a nice change to the character. But Rouge, on the other hand, is like, she is fully dressed, but like why? Why the F was she designed like this? They even had a dominatrix outfit for her. Like, what the F? And if we move on to the next game, Sonic Heroes, she's the only one with a complete new outfit change. Which, in my opinion, if you're gonna change accessories and stuff, do it for everyone. But truly, the design of this character literally gives me a hint as to why female characters in this video game franchise have clothes and male characters don't have to. And then we get a clear depiction of this again, as a new character is introduced to us in Sonic Advance 2. We get Cream the Rabbit. Unlike Rouge, she has more of a cutesy aesthetic. Of course, fully dressed, and accompanied by her Chow friend, Cheese. And if I say so myself, Chows are the cutest thing this entire franchise has. It would be wonderful if you could dress them, but unfortunately, you can't. But moving on, in the following games, we're introduced to a couple new characters, and they mostly follow the pattern of character design for the Sonic franchise. In Sonic Rush, we meet Blaze the Cat. She is a female cat, and she is fully dressed from head to toe. Then, in Sonic the Hedgehog 2016, we get Silver the Hedgehog. And guess what? He is only wearing gloves and shoes, but in his own style, so yeah, a little bit different. And then we get in Sonic Rush Adventure, Marina the Raccoon, wearing, of course, a full attire. And then in Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, we get Styx the Badger, also wearing a full attire. This is when I noticed something quite interesting because even though all female characters in the franchise wear clothes and males don't have to, they all mostly have the same body types. Even the most recent characters introduced, like Trip the Sungazer and Ariem, also follow this principle. Most characters have a design that follows a reverse U shape, and none of them have any particular body features that can determine if one is male or female. The only differentiating factor is that the males don't wear clothes and the females do. I could go on into color design details, but that would be quite the long rant, and I'm guessing it would be a whole other video. So, to keep it on the body shape, the only exceptions on the body rule are Big and Rouge. Big's character design still somewhat follows the rule of the U shape, but it's just bigger. And in the other hand, Rouge has a completely different body, and her clothes also accentuates this body, which is not something any other female character's clothing design do. So from all of these I gathered two main things. The first one being that Rouge's appearance was made for fan service. This character's design doesn't follow any of the other characters' builds. It has its own unique attributes. And even though the character itself has its own backstory with a purpose, she was somewhat overshadowed by Shadows, who was also introduced with her in the same game. Also, her appearance downplays the importance or relevance of the character in some ways. I loved Rouge as a child. I thought she was smart and cunning, but I still noticed her booba. This makes a character be categorized as just fan service, and some people don't even take her seriously. I mean, it could have been as simple as designing her with a similar body as the rest of the other characters. And well, the second thing that I could conclude is that there seems to be a general consensus that if there is a new character in the Sonic video game franchise and it's a female, she must be fully dressed, and male characters don't necessarily have to be. Only if it's special outfits, because we have a lot of those. But why is this? Honestly, I just think the creator of Sonic might be a furry, and he wanted to have the female characters fully dressed because maybe, for him, it wouldn't be appropriate to have them undressed. But I mean, they are anthropomorphic animals, and at the beginning, they used to have round bodies with thick legs and arms. There wasn't much difference anyway in the body types if the character was male or female. But this seems to be mostly from the Japanese side of things, because when the first Sonic the Hedgehog TV series was made with a cast of completely new characters, some wore clothes and others didn't. The only significance to if a character wore an attire was in regards to their personality or role. The TV show was created by Sega of America and the Italian studio Retelitalia, in association with Telecinco, so it seems that they didn't see any problem with a female anthropomorphic character only wearing shoes, because this one wasn't even wearing gloves. It's true that now we can see both male and female characters fully dressed in other types of Sonic media, like the other TV series, so it is possible that we will get fully clothed male characters in the Sonic video games on the future. And I'm really hoping for that.